You're listening to the Cat Breeder Sensei Says podcast. This is your show host, April Catito, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about marketing. That's right, how you should be marketing your cattery to be sure you don't die that slow death in a time of recession. But first, let's listen to this short message.
Do you want to learn how to become a successful breeder of pedigree cats? Now you can. For the first time ever, enroll in an online training course that takes you step by step through everything you need to know to get on the right track. Visit catbreedersensei.com to sign up today and use code podcast21 to get $25 off.
Okay, we're back. And before we start our message about marketing, I just want to remind you that we do have a Facebook group that is dedicated to a positive experience, a positive community. That's what we support. It's called the No Judgment Zone Pedigree Cat Breeder Community. So go find us on Facebook and send us a request to join, and you can be part of the movement as well to support breeders in a positive way. So long before Maine Coons came along in my life, back in 1998, I decided that I did not want to be in corporate America anymore. So I was seeking out something to do to work for myself. I discovered the real estate business. My husband and I both, we decided this is it. We're going to learn how to do this, and we're going to make it, whatever it takes. And so we both dove in head first, and we worked in a little niche market called wholesaling. That's kind of where we are the deal finders for the guys that flip the houses like the ones you see on TV. And so that's what we focused on, is this little niche market of being real estate wholesalers in our city. We found a mentor, and he taught me one of the most valuable lessons in my life that will literally carry me through the start and middle and finish of any successful business that I ever venture into. And that was, when you decide to do something like that on your own, you're in the marketing business first, and the business comes second. You know, you need to learn how to become a marketer of whatever it is that you're selling. So our podcast today is talking about the marketing of your kittens, because that is what you are selling to the public, is your kittens. Now, I know that to say that we do this for the money is completely insane, and that's not why I do it, that's for sure. I breed Maine Coons because I love them. Money is just a secondary part of it. It's just something that I get rewarded with, is payment for my kittens that I work for. So back to the real estate story. Started in 98, learned how to market my business, started doing deals. Every year I was increasingly doing more and more business. And, I made it up to the six figures amount. And that is very consistent. And that's because I knew how to market, and I was very good at it. And the longer I did it, the better that I got. And somewhere around 2005, we hit the peak of the real estate market. Very similar to what we just went through in 2021 and 22 in the real estate market. Just a kind of a blow off. Like the prices were ridiculous. They were selling in one day. You could buy a house today and sell it in 30 days for 10% more. That's how things were back then. Different scenario, different reasoning for why the prices were, increasing like that. We actually had a different problem then, which was the subprime lending, predatory lending issues that were going on in 2005. So that blow off, that hot market, attracted a lot of new people because they heard it on TV, they could see it on the news, their friends were doing it. They could see that it was easy to get into the business of real estate, make quick money, and then move on to the next deal. And so people were quitting their jobs and jumping in, and when the market's hot, then marketing is not quite as important. Yes, it's still important, But, when there's buyers everywhere and there's sellers everywhere and everything's hot and, heated and it's all the talk, it's relatively easy to do a deal in real estate. So many people were talking about it. So many people that we know were asking us, how do I do that? And so we would tell them, and the next thing you know, they're doing it. It was that easy. Well, then something happened. The market crashed in 2008. And it literally came to a standstill. The business stopped. The market literally crashed almost overnight. And the people that had gotten into the business when it was hot and it was good and it was easy, man, they were having a hard time, just trying to make this work. It was no deals to be found. And without deals, you can't pay your bills. Well, the problem that they had is that they didn't learn how to market their business. They were just jumping on the bandwagon and riding this train that was super easy, would take you anywhere, and there was always something to be found when you got on the train. But when the train stopped, they had to get off. We call those people a flash in a pan. They only are there until they're not. And then, they're just there for a little second, a little blurb of your life. And if I can relate that to what's going on right now, completely different little niche, the pedigree cat breeders. I've seen the same exact thing happen. I've watched it. When I entered this space in 2017 as a brand new beginner with no knowledge, what I did know is that I needed to be a marketer. I needed to be a smart marketer, and I needed to start marketing my business before anything else. I needed to start, sending the message out that here I am. I'm now a pedigree cat breeder. I have Maine Coons. Here's where to find me. Here's my belief system. Here's some photos. I just immediately started marketing. And by the time my first litter of kittens were born, I had buyers waiting because I had spent nearly a year working on my marketing, because that's what I learned to do. And at the same time that I'm really working and honing in on marketing this business and building a name for myself, I saw a lot of people enter the pedigree cat breeder space, mostly Maine Coons, because that's who I follow and that's kind of who I attract. But I'm sure it happens in every breed of cat. And I don't know if it's because I've not seen a full cycle of this happen yet. I'm not sure if this is normal, but I can tell you that it's very similar to what I witnessed in real estate. So what I did see was that it was very easy and almost instant to post your kittens on Facebook in a group, and people would buy them. They would be gone. It would be that easy because the market was very hot and it was very easy to sell a kitten. And that's what I have seen for the last couple of years, kind of worldwide, everywhere. I saw this happening, and I'm just observing and like, wow, all of this is going down on Facebook. Meanwhile, I kind of hate Facebook. I don't really like to put my reliability of getting my message out in the hands of someone else on a platform that I don't own. So while I do use Facebook as part of my marketing strategy, it's definitely not my primary source of leads or buyers. It just happens to be a tool that I use. But I believe that numerous breeders were relying on Facebook to help them sell kittens. Well, in the last 6 months, we've had a change. Maybe before that. The change is we are heading into a recession. The real estate market is changed. It is now not going up anymore. The chart is now heading south. Thank God. I don't like it when it's in a crazy market like that. The stock market is wobbly. Cryptocurrencies are down. And I see pedigree cat breeders struggling to sell their kittens. When you can't sell a kitten, then you have to keep the kitten in your home until you find a buyer. And I know that space is valuable, and we only have so much space to manage this type of, volume of kittens. So we ideally like for the kittens to be sold and know that they're going home when it's time for them to go home. And I'm seeing that, some breeders are getting quote unquote stuck with kittens. And I know what the problem is. The problem is that they did not learn how to market their business first. They learned how to breed kittens first and raise kittens, but they didn't learn how to do the other side of it. What everyone thinks is, despicable, is to treat your cattery like a business. That's completely absurd. That will leave you stuck with kittens that you can't sell. So if this is you and you have kittens right now that you can't sell, something needs to change in your marketing. Something needs to change. Whatever you're doing is not going to work. We're in a different phase of economy right now, and discretionary income for people has been pulled back. So to get in front of someone who is looking to buy a pedigree kitten, which there always will be, you really have to have your message out there, and you have to be in front of the right people. And that means controlling who sees your message and who sees your kitten. And, Facebook doesn't always put your message in front of the right people, if at all. If you have a Facebook page for your cattery, for example, I have 10,000 followers on my Facebook page for my cattery. If I post a photo or a video, it doesn't matter what I post, the absolute most engagement that I get off of that is about 800 engagements. Okay, that's out of 10,000. That means that 10,000 people don't see my stuff. A very small percentage of people are seeing that. So to market and get a bunch of followers on Facebook really doesn't mean shit, because they're not going to show it to them. They want you to pay to put your ad in front of those people. But the problem is that they don't allow the sale of animals on their platform. So you have to be very strategic if you want to run ads on Facebook to your followers, and be careful what you say, because Facebook, at a pin drop notice, will just take your page down. And there goes all of your reviews, all of your photographs, all of your posts, all of your followers, just like that. And they don't care. They don't give it back. If you break their rules, then they win. So what needs to change is that you have to switch your mindset and start thinking like a business owner. And for you to sustain any market conditions, what do you need to do? You need to do the same thing that I learned to do when I got into real estate. You need to learn how to be a marketer first. It is part of success, is being a marketer and knowing how, what, when, why, and who to market to. So to help you out, I want you to head on over to our website, catbreedersensei.com, and click on products and services and look for Successful Cattery Business Management. This is a training course that I put together for people just like you who are struggling with understanding the concept of marketing and treating your cattery like a business. So many people down talk that and make you feel like if you say that your cattery is a business, you're the devil. And now you're kind of been programmed to think that, and how dare you say that? That's wrong. That's not the right way to approach having a successful cattery. I talk about in the business management class, it's not about feline husbandry. It's not about how to make the right decisions about your cats and doing the right thing when no one's looking, and knowing if they have a health problem that they need to be retired. And it's not about that. That's not what this course is about. That is the other side of running a cattery. That's your ultimate responsibility for your cats, is to take care of them and to make the right decisions. That's not what I'm talking about in business management. I'm talking about how to handle your business, how to market, how to generate leads, how to talk to them, how to attract the right people online on multiple platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, your website, how to tell who's really going to your website. You know, who is your audience? Who is the person who ultimately is going to buy your kitten? Despite some controversy on this, it's not the person that comments how much. Yep, that's not it. That's not the person that is going to buy your kitten. So it's just a whole full circle look at what I've learned about marketing and how you can implement some of the same strategies and techniques into your own cattery. You know, you don't have to do everything, but you can certainly take the course and get inspired to just switch your mindset, if anything else, and say, wow, you know, I'm not charging enough for my kittens. You know, if I charged more, I would get a different class of people that have no problem taking care of this kitten. You know, if I just raise my prices, I would attract, you know, a different age group, or I would attract a different, you know, economic status. It's all based on your marketing and the things that you do from your business standpoint. So it's on the website, catbreedersensei.com. Go check it out. It's on demand. You can take the training, you know, at your own pace. And I want you to remember, if you're ever struggling with selling a kitten, it's not the kitten. It's your marketing. One thing I want to mention about Facebook too is not only is it kind of a crappy platform, but it's riddled with scammers. In the last couple of years, there's so many scammers. There's as many scammers on Facebook as there is legitimate pedigree cat breeders. So how do you think a buyer feels when they're on Facebook looking for a kitten or stumbling across a kitten and they get approached by a scammer? How do you think they feel about that? They're not dumb. They can usually pick up on a scammer, and there's so many of them. And they're always messaging and leaving weird comments, you know, trying to get them to engage in conversation so they can try to sell them a kitten that's not theirs. So, you know, that riddlement of scammers on Facebook is kind of chasing the real buyers away. They're going other places to look for pedigree cat breeders. So you need to find other places to get your message out there, because Facebook is, to me, it's, you know, the cat breeders are dying a slow death on Facebook. You can use it as part of your strategy, but don't rely on it, or you're going to be in trouble. You're going to find yourself in trouble by relying on that platform at all. So I hope that this message brings you some insight and, you know, gives you some new things to think about. And if you liked it, do me a favor and leave us a review on the platform that you listen to this podcast on, and tell us what you think about the information that we provide to cat breeders, whether new, experienced, doesn't matter. We're here for everybody, hoping to change the next generation into a positive outlook on breeding pedigree cats. So until next time, you guys make some good decisions. I'll see you guys later. Bye.